Good morning, everybody. Hey, good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Chud Sensei. Good to see you. Welcome to another edition of the Scarred Thumb Podcast. And today we're talking about AI. Oh, I need to put my stuff back on. Where's my border? Boop. AI. Today, this week, we had several major studios basically just opening up and saying that they used AI, they're going to use AI in some sense. And it's been something that a lot of people, it's not necessarily right or left, but a lot of people on the left wing have this like irrational, it's like a virtue signal or like a in-group signal that you have this sort of irrational hate of AI, like all AI is bad. Any AI is bad AI. It's killing the planet. It's stealing from artists, these poor, lowly artists. And I do get some of people's dislike of generative AI. In today's landscape, if you're an artist, you kind of have to use social media. In a lot of sense, if you want to make any sort of living off, commissions or, getting your name out there for other projects, it is a necessary. I mean, like a lot of people that try to do, independent work nowadays, social media, a huge tool to help with that. But there's also sort of a loss of ownership of a lot of your creative material. It feels like one, someone can arbitrarily shut down your channel. Two, they can steal your information or use your information as ever they want. And this includes using your actual artwork. And we've seen people have a general dislike of a lot of this. I made this in Grok. It's pretty funny. It's pretty fun to use it and generate images in AI, but it to me it seems more of a toy. It's not going to seriously make artistic work. So let's get right into it. Just the people that have an irrational dislike for it, they're going to lose, unfortunately. I don't know. Personally, I have my own fears about AI, that it's just going to be, with a lot of things, just a race to the bottom of just how much money you can save using AI, and you're just going to get, like a lot of games, just like slop, generic slop that isn't really anything special, lacking a human touch. A lot of stuff seems to just lack, a sort of artistic touch nowadays. But this, starting off, Laren, which is like an indie darling for their Baldur's Gate 3, with homosexual characters and guys having sex with bears. Everyone loved them, but they've confirmed that the studio uses generative AI to explore ideas, flesh out PowerPoint presentations, develop concept art, and write placeholder texts. He says there won't be any AI-generated content in Divinity. Everything is human actors. We're writing everything ourselves. And people got really upset about this. So the idea is that they just use it for like storyboarding or like mood boarding. Laren admits to AI usage. 33 used AI. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 allegedly used AI. Activision using AI. Xbox using AI. GTA 6 definitely using AI. Indie studios with small teams probably using AI in some capacity. The chances that your favorite studio uses AI is extremely high. If they don't say it, even if they don't say it. The chance of Valve using AI to help with Deadlock and Half-Life 3 is probably true. I'm genuinely curious what everyone's move is going to be moving forward. Are you going to boycott all future games? Stop playing these current games that use it? Quit games altogether? I hate Gen AI as much as the next guy, but I'm curious what future action will be for gaming as a hobby, though. Now, this is a great point. It's just going to be so prevalent going forward that people that just have this, if you use AI, you're evil, and I'm never playing your game again. This sort of like Harry Potter, the people that boycott Harry Potter essentially because she wasn't accepting trans people. That type of crowd. What are they going to do? Because like almost every other game is going to be using AI in some capacity at some point. Hopefully not in the final product, but who knows? Who knows? But this is Swenvik from Lurin Studios, basically pushing back. People got very upset that they were using Gener AI. Gen AI, holy fuck, guys! We're not pushing hard or replacing concept artists with AI. What a team of 72 artists, of which 23 are concept artists, and we are hiring more. The art they create is original. I'm very proud of what they do. I was asked explicitly about concept art and our use of Gen AI. I answered that we use it to explore things. I didn't say we use it to develop concept art. The artists do that, and they're indeed world-class artists. We use AI tool to explore references, just like we use Google and art books. At the very early ideation stages, we use it as a rough outline for composition, in which we replace with original concept art. There is no comparison. I talked about how we use ML here if you'd like to know. We hire creatives for their talent, not for the ability to do what a machine suggests, but they can experiment with the tools to make their lives easier. So, in pushing it up against, people got very upset that they mentioned that you use AI and like, oh, they're replacing concept artists. They're basically saying like, hey, this is the same thing. Like artists use references all the time, like real life references, like buildings. So rather than using just Google or an art book, you can use generative AI to kind of see what it puts together, which seems like a fairly reasonable use of generative AI that isn't taking out the human touch at all. But people were still mad. Anytime you use AI, and there's just this subsection of people that are just hysterical when it comes to AI usage. Hey, good morning. Good to see you. AI is just a tool that makes it cheaper to make. Great, still comes. Yeah, hopefully we'll see, AI. The best case scenario is that AI is being used to do some of the bulk work, and artists, you basically putting on the finishing touches, just saving them time, kind of like you would use tools in Photoshop to sort of like fill or isolate certain objects, like a wand tool, and there's all sorts of like tools that help identify stuff for artists. And ideally, what AI would do is help them be more efficient rather than just do stuff for them. But there's also going to be a ton of slop. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that a ton of AI slop is going to be thrown out there in video games, entire games made out of AI, some Indian company or somebody. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. It can't. There's no reality where it doesn't. But I think we're still going to get from maybe the 10% of studios or people, that top percent. I mean, top 20. Let's just go 80-20 here. The top 20 that make really good games. Hopefully, it makes them better. And those are the people that care, that really matter. Not 80% of the crap. And maybe it will be harder to filter through. Who knows? But I think people that do good work are still going to do good work, and hopefully do even better work thanks to AI. And then George Alakanopoulos, again, he's a right winger, but he's still very hysterical about it. He's kind of feminine in some ways. They sold tens of million copies of Bloatergate and can't afford to pay a few concept artists a decent living. Fuck these guys. I mean, just getting super upset. Some of these artists are just so hysterical about this. It's pretty funny. And this is a VTuber, so take their word with a grain of salt. But I think they make a decent point here. Concept artists here. The AI hate directed at Lurin Studios is 100% ignorant and a bad faith of virtue signaling. Artists are not against AI usage as a tool. We're against generative AI that was trained on real artworks and mass-produced slops that imitate our hard work, and then are marketed as a replacement. In pre-production, the art team would go grab random pics off the internet and other games to create a general mood board for aesthetics and vibe that fit the art direction, which is this kind of like showing you like what they do, which so many like creative works do this, like even comic books and general stuff where it's like, hey, like you gotta, if you're a writer, you gotta go to the artist and like, here's like generally what, the style I wanted, and here's a general feel I want for this work. A mood where the characters may include several pictures of video games, anime shows, Dungeons of Objects for texture references, like steampunk. How do you want this sort of, area or castle or something? Multiple reference pictures of relevant objects such as animals or historical weapons, or even character artworks made from other games, all of which are randomly drawn from the internet, put together for the creative purpose of an overall aesthetic for design that will become original in its own way, inspiring references and artists' own creative originality to visualize it when they create a design by doing art. And not so many artists just use different things, different pieces, and put it together. Like even when I was making stuff for Minecraft, I like have an idea, general idea, like maybe some architecture or a house, and then you just sort of put your own spin on it. You use that for the general like shape or just some of the general like parts of it, and you sort of put those parts together, and it creates its own original work. That's how creative work has always gone. So the idea that using AI at this point of the process is somehow bad is crazy. Just crazy. Like I said, it's just hysterics. But these people are losing out. And Gene Park here makes a good point that Expedition 33 team freely admitted to using AI and just won the most awards ever in the Game Awards history. So we use some AI, but not much. And this is just the AI studio guy, head of the AI, I think it's Sandfall Studios, admitting that, yeah, they've used AI and different assets. Unreal Engine tools, assets have been very important in graphics, gameplay, and cinematics. So the tide's really turning on people that don't like AI. They're trying to shame studios from using AI. They're not going to win. And it's super obvious at this point when you got huge giants like, really respected Larian Studios. Expedition 33 just won the most awards ever, as confirmed in recent interviews that they already knew, be same for days. And there he tried to walk it back a little bit. We used AI when it first came out in 2020. We already started on the game. It was a new tool. We tried it. Pretty hard. It's pretty hard to predict what the future of the industry will look like, but everything we made will be made from humans, from us. And they're saying like everything was made by humans. Some people are saying they didn't remove all the textures. Originally used it as a placeholder for textures we missed, but we took it out as soon as we found it. But yeah, the concept art, voice actors, everything is human made. So he's already saying like, hey, everything we put out in the game is going to be made by humans, but AI might be used in some points at it. But even this, Level 5 CEO claims that 80 to 9% of the game's code is written by AI now. Studios exclude that extensively use AI from everything from the game code, assets, characters, idea, dialogue, narrative, which is refined by humans. So they're going even further. Please learn to read community notes. They absolutely said that, and the link to a separate article where they talk about it. Oh, their own AI use is linked. This is the first time went transparent uses of AIs, aside from using Stable Diffusion for generating 2D and 3D in-game assets, which is kind of crazy. They've been using ChatGPT for games, brainstorming characters, text-to-speech. They're using it a lot. And as more studios do this, it's just going to become more common. Radar never stated the studios used AI for everything. Gen is using Gen AI by official documents. So people were trying to say that this was misleading, trying to defend, I guess, Level 5. But Level 5 has been pretty clear about what they're doing. And this is kind of showing that what they had generated and what they did, this is like AI evidence of what it is. So they're kind of using AI to come up with character ideas. AI original. They're using a lot of AI, which at this point I'm not crazy about people doing that. Like, don't just give me straight up AI. Like, put some human touch on it. There's a level to which I don't like it, and I think it'll end up making your stuff worse if you just throw AI on there. There needs to be people that understand, composition and characters. You can't you can't put too many shortcuts in it. Level 5 CEO Arca Hino responded to the viral tweet about Level 5's use of AI. Many game developers using AI for efficiency gains, but they are not publicizing it. They claim that Level 5 AI write 80 to 90% of the code is a major misunderstanding. The impression of using AI as evil takes hold. It could hinder technological advancement. So, like I said, like I've been saying, AI, here to stay. More studios are going to use it and experiment with it. It seems like there is. This is Sweet Baby Inc. getting slaughtered. Yep. And then, I don't know if this is going to work out well, but Halo Studios is reportedly going all in on Gen AI. Xbox Studios hiring ML experts for Gears of War and Forza as well. I don't know if AI can do a better job than women, but we'll see. But there is one major downside to AI that I'm all for AI hate on, which is AMD and NVIDIA are expecting to hike GPU prices next month. This may continue to do so in the following months. The demand for stuff, components to power this sort of AI data centers and with the boom in AI and military contracts going for AI, military government, the U.S. government throwing in a ton of money for AI. Just like crypto, it's fueling huge demand for RAM and other components. And Nintendo losing $14 billion. Their stock prices slid by 4.7%, the lowest since May. There's a lot of concerns that there might not be enough RAM, or the component costs going up is going to evaporate the profits for Switch 2, which either means they have to raise the console price, or they're just going to lose out on a more, their profits are going to shrink per unit on what they make off the Switch. It can definitely happen. NVIDIA cut gaming GPU production by 30 to 40% starting in 2026. A lot of these companies are just producing for AI, for the AI departments now. And this is just tech corporations grab all the RAM for AI, leave consumers in the dust with extreme price inflation and shortages. Corporations like NVIDIA saves the day by selling you GeForce Now, play games on their servers without a beefy PC for original monthly fee. Arbitrary places limits on how long you can play the games for the service. So you have to pay extra on top of the subscription to increase the limit. And this, I don't know how true this is, but the fact that you can play on a PC now, or the fact that stuff is going to be more unaffordable and NVIDIA has a solution to the problem they created, is kind of bizarre. But unfortunately, just like during the crypto boom, it looks like buying a PC is I didn't expect PCs to become an asset that appreciates over time, but it seems like this is the world we're living in right now. Is prices for RAM have gone insane. I'm sure prices for GPUs are going to go up and up, and maybe even the prices for consoles are going to go up too. So AI might be one reason to hate AI that I think is valid is the fact that it's making all your PC parts more expensive. Thankfully, I'm already pretty good on what I have already. So this video is a masterpiece. Just a perfect parody of the AAA genre. As this guy Ryan Stewart, who's a voice actor, just nails it. And an aerial hack here. It's so good. I'll let you listen to it.
Good. You made it.
That you, Peach? I see Toadsworth roped you into this, too.
The Monarch's job is never done, but we can talk more later. Bowser's castle should be just up ahead.
I thought I smelled something burning.
Focus M. Bowser's got the power stars, and you know what that means.
Yeah, trouble.
Exactly. So watch your back. Oh, and if you find any red coins out there, make sure to grab those too. Collect enough, and I might just have an upgrade waiting for you.
Right. You're the boss, princess. Okay, Mario. Time to party. All right.
Good. Good.
I love this. It's just so good. Just a perfect encapsulation of what's so bad about these AAA games. I mean, you can already see like this has been used forever. The sort of Mario and Unreal Engine 5, where it has ridiculous lighting. It's something that looks like very detailed, but is completely soulless and totally inappropriate for Mario. And then just this constant dialogue that is just like so vapid and meaningless.
The Monarch's job is never
This
done.
witty
We can talk more later.
dialogue. And this was I think he got this from Nintendo Hire This Man, exactly. The old meme. Basically he took suggestions from people were just giving him suggestions for dialogue, and he just used the best.
Bowser's castle should be just up
It's
ahead.
like constantly narrating what's going on.
I smelled something burning.
Focus M.
Fo-
Bowser's got the
Focus M has basically become like the a meme now for something like being AAA slop.
power stars, and you know what that means.
Get the
Yeah, trouble.
Exactly.
Just constant, like you don't need to think about how to feel about the game. They never let any moment rest. They just tell you exactly what you should think.
And if you find any red coins out
And
there,
then it's randomly mentioning upgrades too is great.
collect enough, and I might just have an upgrade waiting for
An
you.
upgrade,
You're
yeah.
the boss, princess.
Just witty dialogue.
Mario?
Time to party. It's a Mario Party references. I love the yell too, and the random explosion as the Koopa.
Good.
And all right, like even over other sound effects. Oh, it's so good. It's just so
That
good.
you, Peach?
You also did another like earlier one that's not quite as good, but pretty good too.
A mushroom? I should take a look at that. I think I should go this way. A coin. This could be useful. Whoa. I'm Super Mario.
They're just
Goomba
taking
cells
randoms.
exposed. If I can find a way to jump on it, it's game over.
Everyone knows like this sense. It's one of those things. It's hard to put into exact, a list of what things wrong. But like when you see it, you know it. It's just this is one of the problems with like modern games too. Is like they've got
You made it.
writers, they've got voice actors. There's just no the idea of what to cut, like what not to do. You're like doing it in moderation.
Peach? I see Toadsworth
It just
roped
seems
you into
completely
this,
lost
too.
on so many studios nowadays. Like they have to have cutscenes. They have to have so much
I thought I
so
smelled
much
something burning.
dialogue. It's like they get paid by the line. So like we have to like
Yeah.
make sure all these industries get enough work.
And if you find any red coins out there,
So like
make sure
we'll just have constant dialogue. I mean, this was one of the issues with Other M.
Princess?
They had 30 more minutes of dialogue that they cut from the game in Metroid Prime 4.
Time to party.
I love him throwing a thing and just exploding. I mean, explosions are fun, but when you see like the physics, again, another thing that they probably just need to. They're just having too much fun with. Hey, good morning, dude. Good to see you. Good Mormon. It's just beautiful. It really is. I'm so happy with how it turned out. So this is let me see. Let me prepare. It's funny. I had so many tabs opened that I couldn't that like it wouldn't load them all. I had so much stuff prepared. There is a lot of stuff there. So we need to cover. So let's move on. Just so good. I had to share it with you. It's just so good. Got it. It's like a grenade essentially. AAA Mario. Just great job by. This is
That you,
just
Peach?
this is a good voice actor taking suggestions from people, and just making just a perfection. As far as the let me get the right tab here. Let's move this over. So we got more stuff to talk about. Ooh. What this one's crazy though. This next one's absolutely nuts. Let's close this. So I don't kill all of my RAM. Of the Fed Trooper dialogue, but you can't blame Retro for things that you don't like it because they had to break the Bandai's up. That's true in a sense. And I don't know if it was all Bandai either. I don't know whose idea was like, hey, let's make open world Metroid, because that's just dumb. I think there is some. And Retro did have, I think, like 5 years to kind of like revamp it. But so, like, I don't get how you don't do something with that open world desert, or at least a little more. But yeah, there was definitely a huge development. Oh yeah, just stating the copes. Oh yeah, I get it. It seems like definite cope from the Metroid Prime fan base. 5 years exactly, which I mean is enough. But they were saying like they had to ramp up the staff. I mean there was some issues with it. I could definitely give Retro some leeway in the fact that it was development hell, and those things rarely turn around. But it is cope. I mean, some of the issues I think are just bad decisions all around. Like, you needed someone with like a strong, probably just strong leadership to sort of just say, hey, we gotta just limit some of the stuff. But let's cover this story, because this is still developing too. I think it happened yesterday, but there is a massive hack from Ubisoft, and Rainbow Six was heavily affected. We are aware of an incident currently affecting Rainbow Six Siege. Our team is working on a resolution. We'll share updates once again. And this is an understatement of the year. Just let's look at this. So this is from King George. Seems like R6 is completely fucked. Here's how unreal. It's unreal how bad. Hackers have done the following: banned and unbanned thousands of people, taken over the ban feed, can put up anything. Gave everyone 2 billion credits plus renowned. Gave everyone every skin, including dev skins. And this is what the sort of second sort of video.
Ubisoft just got hacked.
Let's go over this.
Do not log into your game. Do not spend renown. Do not spend rainbow credits. That's my early warning to you. So, as you can see the screenshot in front of me, when you log in the game, you'll probably get like 2 billion renown and rainbow credits. And before you say, well, this is Ubisoft's mess up, or it's hacked, or whatever it is, they have banned people in the past for their own screw-ups. So I would definitely recommend just not even logging into the game. And I'll get into that a little bit later in the video, why it's really important not to. But yeah, it seems like there's a huge level of compromise here at Ubisoft and Rainbow Six specifically.
So just totally messed up. That hackers took it over the entire thing, gave people tons of credits, like, hey, go have fun. And this is actually a pretty good warning, because I can definitely see companies going back and banning people for spending credits that they didn't actually earn or pay for. But Ubisoft didn't end up doing this, but it's kind of crazy. This just taking over over the band feed to I assume this is lyrics to the song too. Pretty funny, doing some fun stuff. The guy's having fun. But they have confirmed that there's no bans will be issued for the hack earlier. But essentially what they're doing is just they're going to roll back everything. So any transaction that they made since the hack will just be undone. They're not, which I think is the proper thing to do. Probably the only thing they could do at this point. So everyone that was banned will be unbanned. I guess everybody that was unbanned will be banned again. I don't know. But they're just essentially rolling the whole thing back like the hack never happened. But they've suffered a major breach. Hackers infiltrated terabytes of internal source code repositories covering nearly all games, tools, SDKs, and services from the 1990s to current projects. The attack exploited a MongoDB vulnerability and coincided with the Rainbow Six Siege outage, database tampering of December 27th, 28th of 2025. No code has been publicly released yet, and Ubisoft has not officially confirmed source code theft. But it seems like, this is sort of ongoing. It's getting worse and worse. This guy, Lavez, is saying that Ubisoft Siege source codes allegedly leaked to Viva Mongo Bleed pivot 90s to present SNK networking BattleEye. Cheaters now have the blueprint. Expect A bots, ESP, God mode, anti-cheat bypasses to explode. More cheaters incoming. Ranked ruined. Operational health 2 is needed. So having the source code definitely seems like it could make fighting cheaters impossible at this point. Servers down, infinite credits, mass bans. Why still Mango DBs? Games need its speed/flex for 40 million players. Messy data, switching nightmare, rewrite millions of code lines, migrate petabytes without download time, 7 million plus. So I guess this guy's just sort of saying why they can't switch off MangoDB, but where no source code has been exposed yet. But I guess they're rumoring that it is, which it would seem like cheaters having, or people that make these aimbots and God mode and all that stuff, which I think they sell, to people for them to have fun ruining people's games. Having the source code does seem like it would make it very, very, very hard to stop that kind of stuff. It's not good. This was an older story from the 22nd, but very sad. Apparently Vince Zampella, co-creator of Call of Duty game franchise, killed in a car crash near Los Angeles, and a fiery car crash too. I'm not going to show the video because I'm afraid I might get my account banned, showing that kind of stuff. YouTube's kind of iffy about that kind of thing. I'm not going to share the video, but he exited a tunnel going 114 miles based on the video and distance covered. He also killed the passenger. Father of 3 takes a 2026 Ferrari to get filmed exiting a tunnel at 114 miles an hour. What happens to your eyes when you enter the tunnel? The pupils get larger. When you come out, bright light, they shrink. He didn't have time for his vision to adjust as he hit the concrete barrier just 2.5 seconds after exiting the tunnel. A tragedy that could have been avoided. Some people are saying that it wasn't necessarily the vision, but the fact that I guess there's a bit of a bump coming out of that tunnel. Some people had also driven it. It is sad that it's fun to have hobbies, but that's kind of like hot riding while you're a 55-year-old like father of 2, father of 3, I guess, and actually does seem kind of stupid. To be honest, like when you're 22 and you don't have kids, I do that stuff. But other people, sort of video game royalty, paying respects. John Romeo, rest in peace. Your market genre is monumental, and I'm shocked and sorry to see you gone so soon. Harada too, deeply saddened by the passing of Vince Zampella, a creator who reshaped modern gaming and left an incredible mark on the industry through his vision, leadership, and commitment to quality. His works set a new standard for competitive play and player experience, influencing countless developers across the genre. I mean, you can make the argument whether that's for better or worse, considering how Call of Duty's kind of become lately, but definitely very influential in the video game space. And this is kind of like there is a video that you can go online and see. He just like flies out of this cave, out of this tunnel, and just slams into a concrete barrier. It is rough. It is just boom. And then this thing sets on fire. Hopefully he was dead or knocked unconscious to the crash because the thing sets on fire too. That he being burned alive is, it's rough. It is rough. But I mean, you just look at the credits on this stuff. Yeah, studio led. Was the studio lead of Respawn Entertainment since the co-founding of April 2010 and Ripple Effects Studios in 2020. He previously worked at Game Tech, Atari Corporation, Sega Soft, Trainwreck Studios. 2000, I think he was the chief creative officer at Infinity Ward from early 2002 to early 2010. He was a producer on such titles as Medal of Honor, Allied Assault, 10-6 Online, Vigilance, Baddies, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and early Call of Duty games. He passed away on December 21, 2025, after being caught in a fatal car crash in Los Angeles, California. I mean, yeah, it's really sad to see, and I mean, really senseless in it as well. Let's move on to a different story. I'm not too familiar with the Indie Game Awards, but they do seem like pieces of shit. This is from Palmer Luckey. The Indie Game Awards are retracting Shanty's Indie Vanguard Award because Mod Retro happens to sell the game among other great marketplaces like itch.io and GameStop. And this is after the director of the IGA praised the Mod Retro shout out during the ceremony. So I guess Palmer Luckey is the founder of Mod Retro. He's also he's also the founder of Andril Industries, which does work with military stuff like missiles and technology. And he's friends with Trump, so he's evil. He's an evil guy because he makes military stuff and is friends with Trump. So it's he's bad. He's a bad guy too. The indie crowd, and this is always the biggest issue with a lot of these stupid awards, is that they just become just ways to virtue signal. They're not about actually honoring work. They don't have the sort of professionalism and rationale to just look at creative works objectively. It's always got to be like, ooh, this guy. So his game was sold by Mod Retro, or he had his game put on Mod Retro rather than boycotting them, I guess. So that's why they need to have their reward taken away. And this was afterwards. So the guys for Indie Game Awards were fine with it until people started complaining. And now I'm not going to read this whole thing because it's way too long. But basically they took the award away afterwards because the producers over cartridges being produced and sold by Mod Retro. Apparently they're pretty good, but it's pretty crazy. And this is the guys that are hosting the Indie Game Awards, so real manly men here, you can see, and not fat pieces of shit. But this is what these awards. That's why I hate these indie spaces so much. So much of it. It's the same thing with like Gamergate. It becomes this giant clique, and you got to be part of it. You got to be, if you want to get any sort of coverage, you want your stuff pushed, you have to be part of the clique. You have to do, so you have to say the right things. You got to do the right things, and then you'll get good coverage from journalists. You'll get good coverage from these award shows. But you got to be saying the right things and doing the right things. And if you're talented enough, you can kind of do your own thing. But it's hard for the average person. But this is just kind of crazy. Some of the stuff that they going with. So this is one of the responses to it. So the Vanguard do the impressive work in GBA Studios for crafting an amazing throwback of modern day. The physical cart of Chanty is being produced and sold by Mod Retro, and it is the sole marketplace where it can be purchased. The IGA's nominated committee were unfortunately made aware of Mod Retro's vile nature the day after the 2055 premiere with news of their horrid and disgusting handheld. What is with this language? Horrid, the handheld. What does it go? Does it blow up Palestinians like a Israeli pager or something? Like what is a handheld console doing to you? As the company strictly goes against the values of the IGAs. So if you're a right wing, if you're also owned by some right winger that also owns a military company, you can't. What are they going against Microsoft too? Because Microsoft also does stuff that won't participate in some sort of BDS movement or something. I don't know. The company strictly goes against the values, and due to its ties with Mod Retro, the Indie Vanguard recognition has also been retracted. This decision, then they try and this decision does not reflect on Gorton Code, but Mod Retro alone. Shanterman's a wonderful throwback to the Game Boy era. We encourage you to continue following their journey. And then they try and like step back, like, hey, this isn't anything against the people that did it. It's just that they chose the wrong company to work with. So we're going to remove their award. Just completely insane. And this, why you can't take these guys seriously. Like, you can't take these people seriously at all. They're not serious about art. If they're like going to say something like, "Oh, it's a vile console," because of the people that own the console, it's vile and evil. What the hell is wrong with them? It's completely absurd. Wait, I need to prepare more for you guys. More stories. I just hate these kind of people. It just it makes me so upset to see these people still like still in business and doing things. This is what always these awards come down to, though, which is what pisses me off the most. Is it always becomes a sort of circle jerk of libtards that just form these cliques, and like, you have to be the right person, you have to say the right things. It just kills any sort of artistic expression. It's one of the main reasons why art is so bad nowadays, because they just give awards and money and exposure to people that don't deserve it, and then force out people that do deserve it, because really stifle people from becoming better too, because you don't want to toe the line, or you don't want to make stuff that goes against your principles. It's really sad. Let's get this stuff here. I really don't like it. We got a big update with Marathon here. This it'll be interesting to see how this game goes. It looks like it's going to be a disaster, and we'll see how it will be funny. It will be funny. They do need a Patreon more art, but it's going to be, hopefully once the boomers go away and it gets to youngers' hands, I'm hoping we're going to see more of that, but it's just one of those things where they don't. The other problem major problem with conservatives in art is that they don't respect, like, I even see like so many like right-wing thinkers that, they love the Western canon and classics, and then they'll crap on video games as an art form. Like, it's a waste of time. It's it's bread and circuses. It's basically something to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not euthanize. It's like, dang, I'm blanking on the word, but it's to sort of make you like, not cope's not the word. Dang it! Why am I blanking on this word? It's like to calm you down. Like, what's the other word for it? This is annoying me, but let's move on. I can't think of the name. It's not a cope. It's a. Oh well. If you can think of the word, let me know. Yeah, it's basically just a placate. Yeah, exactly. Placate is one of the words I'm thinking of. I thought it was also another placate, like a tranquilize. What's this? No, this is still annoying me. A synonym for. I gotta sue, p, placate, pacify. No, it's not still not the word I'm looking for. It's pacify. It's what's the word for it? Best stories have been exactly some of the best music stories. And like, if you like classical music, like one of the biggest things exposing young people to like classical or like, you know, music, you know, that uses like violins and pianos and that kind of stuff that isn't, you know, like rap or pop music. It's video games. It's placate. Yeah, this is where I'm looking for. It's to placate these people. It's a you know, it's just a way to pacify and just get people to conform. It really is. It's like a drug, essentially, to keep people calm. There is a word for that sort of drug, but I can't think of it at the moment. I still feel like the word's still escaping me. Rolo uses it all the time, but I can't think of the word. Yeah, sedate. Was it sedate? Yeah, it's sedation. Essentially, it's just like a way to sedate young men into conforming. But it's just the fact that it's new and it doesn't have, you know, the sort of years and years of like books and even like movies. In a way, it is a really like a new genre, because the spoken word has been around forever, even before the written word. And movies, you know, kind of still plays and that kind of stuff. That the way it's, I think, a little bit easier to make, but when you something that's like totally interactive as an art form seems even more new, and the fact that they still kind of shit on it is unfortunate. I don't necessarily see that getting better. It will get better, but it still angers me. Just due, I think, a lot of ways to their nature that they don't want to sort of embrace or open themselves to the idea that these could be very cool. And I think actually help people too, because it is a really good way for men to bond with each other too. But they kind of just see it as a way, like I said, a sort of way to pacify young men and keep them in the home and not exercise, which, you know, if you play too many games, it definitely can have that effect. It's impossible to ignore that, but I think there's also a lot of benefits too. So this is pretty cool. Kind of a follow-up. So DL Sites have begun offering an official JBC brand credit card. This is likely an attempt to ensure a safe and secure payment method, bearing in mind the risk of interference with expression by payment providers, including credit card brands, which has been a problem in recent years. While it may be a small step, reducing reliance on international brands such as Visa and MasterCard will also reduce the risk of expression restrictions on Japanese content, providing an option to overseas users is likely a future challenge to conform. It's just a way to sort of keep people pacified, and it. But this is a great news. Basically, Visa and MasterCard have been trying to force Japanese, comic manufacturers, manga, people like DL Sites to restrict content, or they basically tried to shut them down by basically refusing service to these places. And it's basically it's different cultures have different acceptable rules of what's acceptable, and unfortunately Visa and MasterCard have been doing this stuff to a lot of not just sites like DL Site, but different video games. And I don't know if it's gotcha necessarily, but this is just basically companies dictating what art can be on the internet. And it's sad to see, as they should just be a service provider, not a judge on what content should be allowed. I mean, this stuff is all legal, but through their pressure and refusing services, they've been able to force a lot of people to change what content they have on their sites. This is just one way of their fighting back, and it's good to see companies fighting back, especially Japan, because Visa and MasterCard are definitely captured by more the woke side of the aisle, and what they're doing is not good. You know, basically they're forcing. Japan has been like one of the bastions of places where women actually act like women and men act like men, and a good escape from the usual sort of Western gender roles that are commonplace nowadays. Good to see that back. And another thing that was pretty funny is Blue Archive. Basically cancels a sponsored stream after fans complain about the streamer selection. So we're going to do something over a Twitch, and their community complained and got it canceled, which is pretty cool. So I know a lot of hate was especially against Sea Dog, which has been on Trash Taste, I think some other things. Basically, with Hassan Piker, he's friends with Hassan Piker too. And the feeling like a lot of these guys, I don't know about Gilluck or these Iron Mouse and girls, they're sort of like the sort of acceptable Twitch, click type of people where, especially like Blue Archive, since it's about Sensei, basically about a bunch of high school girls. You sort of collect them as part of a gacha game. A lot of these guys that are considered like sort of anime tourists would call you a pedophile for playing this game. Just general sense, like, why give these people money for that and not give people that have constantly supported your game, or a usual Twitch streamer that streamed your game money instead. And I get the idea that you want to bring in like a different crowd, different people. These guys are obviously popular. Iron Mouse is one of the bigger VTubers on the platform, but it is pretty good to see the community fight against it, as I think a lot of these normie Twitch streamers would follow that same like left-wing line of, oh, you like this anime gacha game that has underage girls in it, 16-year-old girls in it. Well, you got to be some sort of freak that has, we got to check your laptop type of thing. And the community not having it, and canceled them. So it's pretty cool that they actually listen to their community. So we apologize for any confusion and concern caused by the Blue Archive influencer campaign. We've taken the valuable feedback you shared with us very seriously. After internal review and discussion, we have decided not to proceed with the influencer campaign. Moving forward, we'll strive to communicate in ways that better align with the direction of Blue Archive and the expectations of Sensei. We would like to sincerely thank all Sensei who continue to support Blue Archive and share valuable feedback with us. We do our utmost to deliver a better experience and continue improving Blue Archive. So the Blue Archive's fan base wants people that will like full-throatedly support the game rather than just giving these random popular influencers money. This is just a short thing. Like ex-Call of Duty multiplayer creative director Greg Resendorf says, $100 games are going to happen. We just don't want to be the first person to do it. All publishers are waiting. I don't know about all publishers, but definitely a lot of them are. Will we see it? This comes up every so many months, but it does seem inevitable that, and some people are thinking like GTA 6 needs to be the first $100 game. Good luck with that, though. I don't know if that's going to happen. But there's been a big update for Marathon. It will be released. They have a release date, March 2026, and it will be $40. And they call it Marathon because when you see the game, you run away.
To scavenge the ruins of the Lost Colony.
This is the
Use for launch shells
loading screen.
Is really an archetype of gameplay. So if you want to play to scavenge the ruins of the Lost Colony,
I don't know. These character designs are not speaking to me. This does look like it's going to be a Concorde. The Concorde of 2026. This is funny. They're showing it before and after. So this is Alpha, and this is now. Alpha. Now. that got texture in it. I'm kind of with people saying that, honestly, I prefer the alpha. I feel like a lot of this junk, like the textures and the lighting, the piss filter they put on it, where it's like, this is blue, and then we got to add the piss filter on it with a bunch of fog effects and shit. I kind of prefer the old one better. It has more readable, but that has to happen, I guess. We got to make it look good. Oop, I got to pause this so it doesn't come through. Went from kind of looking kind of unique looking to Focus M Bowser Castle is just up ahead. So like I said, this Focus M is becoming a meme for AAA. As you stick on the AAA filter, add more. I mean, there is definitely more detail to the plants and stuff, but at what point does detail just take away from stuff that you should be focusing on? I don't know. It doesn't look good to me. You can't tell me this shit isn't a ploy to sell more graphics card. Why does every AAA game have to look like this? Why does every game have to have a garbage readability because you want good graphics? And it does, to me, like, this looks a lot clearer than this. Where you have to have the fog effect, you got reflections, all this stuff where it definitely looks like the readability goes down as the update happens, but we'll see. I think this game's going to be a disaster regardless. This was a fun post put out. Of course, this doesn't include Nintendo games since they don't release their numbers. They keep all that internally. But this was the top-selling games by dollar value, not necessarily by games sold. In the U.S. for 2025, so far, we are, so this is Circana, a sort of data group. Battlefield 6, number 1. NBA 2K26. I mean, I never talk about sports games, but they are always a huge moneymaker. Because, I mean, they're really not that interesting. It's like the same game put out over and over again. Monster Hunter Wilds, number 3, doing incredibly well. Borderlands 4. I don't see anyone talking about Borderlands, and I think this guy misspelled Borderlands, too. Good job, Geoff. College football. Did that outsell Madden? College football outselling Madden. And dollar value is kind of crazy. Call of Duty. I love Black Ops 7 and Black Ops 6 are in the top 10. Oblivion Remastered and Ghost of Yotei, which people keep saying it's a flop. I don't believe it. When it's in the top 10, it seems like it had to at least sell enough to make its money back. I mean, you can argue it's a bad game, but it's interesting to see which games enter the top. Like none of these indie games getting there. I don't know if they share their data though either. So I don't know if this is an extensive list. I think somebody, I guess they don't have it. There were certain people saying that they tried to make a list including some of the stuff, but I think the only games from Nintendo that would end up in the top would be Pokemon ZA and Mario Kart. The new Mario Kart. Monster Hunter Wilds named one of the worst PC ports of the year of 2025 by Digital Foundry, and this is 100% deserved. Really, the performance issues on Monster Hunter Wild were extensive, and I don't think they did a ton to fix it either. So don't always agree with Digital Foundry, but in this case, 100% deserved as one of the worst PC ports. They really did not do a good job optimizing the game for a PC. This is something that Capcom's had issues with for a while now. This is friend slop. An investor of the gaming industry criticized the use of the term friend slop for Steam games like Peak and Repo, again undermines developers' expertise. The word slop has negative connotations, the investor noted. It suggests that something's poorly made or thrown together carelessly. Here's the thing with I played Repo and I hated Peak. Repo's pretty fun, but let's be real. I mean, these games get way more sales and plays than they deserve. I mean, Peak is rough in terms of the graphics. I think the overall design isn't great either in Peak. Like a lot of it's like kind of randomly generated stuff. And Repo too. It's like it's a fun game, but the balance as far as like the powers, the upgrades you get, and none of it's like super polished. But the fact that, you know, it's a game that streamers will play, a game you can play with friends, it makes up for a lot of faults in a game when you can just play it with 4 people and have fun and mess around. Which, hey, nothing wrong with having fun. That's the point of games. But the idea that it's not slop, when a lot of it is poorly designed, is pretty funny. I think Friend Slop definitely fits, and that's why it sort of fit. Sticked around, because, like I said, the fun of playing with people and yelling into a microphone makes up for a lot of design lacking in terms of design and replayability. And games like, I think, Among Us are really well done, and I'd even say Lethal Company is a pretty well designed game in terms of how the enemies interact with each other. I mean, there's issues, but I think, Peak and Repo definitely kind of rode the wave of this sort of stuff, and got away with a lot more sales than it probably deserves in terms of the quality of the games themselves. One thing that didn't sell, though, is I wish I had the Katamari IP creator forced to leave the U.S. after struggling to find success. I covered this game that he made. Keta Taikashi says he has ideas for new Katamari Damacy games. So he tried to go out on his own, moved to San Francisco, founded a company, Uvilla, with his wife, eventually moving to San Francisco and working with Annapurna on Watam and Tuati. Speaking in a new interview, Games Radar Takahashi claimed that Tuati didn't sell well, to the extent that he decided to move to Japan with his family after more than a decade in the U.S. There also suggests his future works in game isn't certain, but he says he'd be interested in working on the Katamari series again, if allowed to do so. I don't think anyone tries to make a niche game, he said, when asked about the amount of attention his games have historically received. The title, niche game, is just a result. I know my games are far from mainstream. This is what he made to a T. And I mean, when you look at this sort of game, it looks kind of gay. Let's be real. I mean, I've covered this before, but this is to a T.
My name is Giraffe. I went to a school so I could learn how to cook, because I love to eat and share food.
What is this game? It's supposed to be kind of weird. I think Katamari has like this weirdness to it, but it's still fun. Like, this is almost off-putting weird. Just it's just bizarre. I like this guy. Moved to San Francisco, released DEI slop, 200 copies sold on Steam. This is how it was advertised too, where it's like some black kid with an afro. Very San Francisco. Didn't do well, not unsurprisingly. I know people were like praising the game, but this is like too niche. It's too like a game made by a developer, almost for developers. Like, look how different and I mean, sometimes that you need to be on the edge to make some truly great stuff, but I can see why it didn't sell. It did not seem that fun, and does have a very lack of testosterone. This is just kind of fun that Hideo Kojima was actually, in the Japanese dub of Zootopia, was actually asked to make an appearance. He made a cameo as Paul Muldebrandt, the bull officer. So he's actually a character in Zootopia. Hideo Kojima has been a giant fan of cinema. Wants to make, one of the reasons I don't like him is he wants to like make video games more like movies, which is the antithesis of what I want video games to be. But he gladly accepted without hesitation when he was asked. So he likes doing this kind of stuff. But it's pretty funny that Hideo Kojima's a big enough guy that he can get a cameo appearance on a Disney movie. And this is more and more people. This guy is stepping away from the FGC over the fact that Evo events stalling the Saudi buyout. It's funny that the Saudi buyout becoming a good filter for getting rid of like woke retards. Same thing with Harry Potter here. I'm no longer a member of the Fortnite creator program. I had my code officially disabled as I do not want to endorse or associate with a game that uses IP from Harry Potter. Any Harry Potter IP proceeds directly to fund harming trans people such as myself. Please don't buy it. I love the responses. 41 points to Gryffindor with the sort of famous Troon suicide bridge being shown off here. So Harry Potter it went from like gay kind of wokish thing to now it's a great filter to get rid of Troons. Based Harry Potter. I guess. Just some like random news. People are complaining about limited run games, looking to chart a path. They got defective Sonic's X Shadow statues. This poor Shadow statue not looking good. Kotaku. Why anyone buys from limited run games at this point? Really, you deserve it, I think, at this point, if you're buying stuff from limited run. But continue to show how bad they are at customer support. This was Digital Foundry says Xbox videos draw very little views and is harder and harder to justify. Windows Central agrees that the low views says that they're doing far more traffic covering Steam Deck. I mean, to me, Xbox is just almost negligible at this point. Like Xbox doesn't even feel like it's in the console race anymore. It's Switch, PS5, and PC. I don't know if there's a difference between PC and Xbox. I guess they're kind of like trying to make their stuff a PC, but the interest in Xbox just seems dead. I don't know if that means Xbox is dead though, but I think Microsoft is going to keep it open as a sort of way to onboard people into like Game Pass and that kind of stuff. And their Xbox, their PC Windows ecosystem, but I don't see what exclusives they're going to get being as unpopular as it is. And this was just a fun thing. This is from a while back, but it's kind of crazy to see McDonald's Japan, the cultural effect Toho has had. The fact that McDonald's is using it, making parodies of Toho fan videos. And an entire 2-minute video, actually, to advertise their beef and stew, cheese and stew. Apparently you can get sort of what looks like an apple pie with cheese in it. Triple cheese. Wait, what is that? It's a Gouda, cheddar, and Camembert. Or Camembert? So he's shooting out these sort of beef stew pies. That's pretty wild. See, this is this kind of fun stuff McDonald's Japan gets, and we're stuck with some garbage. This is actually a parody on the original song, which is Cherno's Perfect Math Class, which, when I looked at this, is 16 years old. It's one of those things where I'm just like, I remember this. This wasn't that long ago. And then you look down, and it's like, oh, this was 16 years ago. It's just one of those moments you just like feel so old. It's really, really sad. This is 3.9 million views, by the way. It was kind of like a popular sort of meme. But it just shows the influence that Toho has over in Japan. Again, 16 years old. It just makes me sad. It's like, oh, I'm so old. No. Where is the time gone? This was also a great mod. Art appreciation mod. People say video games are art. Just show them this. Madonna and Shaw. I like how this, you have to add in grunts. And you collect cheese as you walk around and appreciate this. The nativity. I love Doom mods. Or I guess, what is this, a Quake mod? No, it's Doom. I confused it too. It's fantastic. Fantastic. And this was, since it's Christmas just happened, we had to show off this classic. Nintendo 64. I'll never be this excited about video games again. Ah, Nintendo 64. Oh, man, those were the days, man. Those were the days. I don't want to know how old this video is. Oh wait, it's from 1998. Let's not do the math, since it's almost 20 years at this point. Ah, wonderful though. Wonderful. And this was another cool bit of videos that sort of ended. Look at this. Drones to play Tetris. Gigantic Tetris. This is cool. This is cool. The world's biggest game of Tetris. That's really neat. Just some of these old video game photos. This is a Bungie. This is why Bungie is never going to be as good as it was before. I mean, just look. I'll let you conclude what's right about this picture versus a modern day. Let's see. See if we can find Bungie. Bungie staff picture. 2020. Let's see. I don't know if I can find a modern day Bungie picture or not. Oh my gosh, it just gets so big. It's at some point. It's one of the issues might be the size. The fact that this is probably like 50 guys is another thing that is good. These old dev group photos. It's all white guys, by the way. It's just all white guys. Just nerds having fun. There's Gabe Newell. Just dudes hanging out. Like, hey, this is cool. Let's add this. They've got champagne glasses. Is that Corona they're drinking? Blizzard, or the early days. Of course, we got Super Mario World. Just young Japanese nerds having fun, making some of the best video games ever made before. It's hard. I don't know if you can go back to the time, but man, it's good. It's good stuff. And Team Cherry announcing Sea of Sorrow. It's I have to be at Act 3 by the time this comes out, but I'm excited at that. So Team Cherry giving free DLC to people for their already amazing selling game. So they just keep on giving us more and more. God bless Team Cherry. Well, that's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we're going to talk to you next week. Have a wonderful day, guys. Let me see. Can I? No. Let's see. How do I edit this stuff? Can I redirect? Is there anyone to redirect to? I will see. I don't think so, because I don't think Jack's streaming. But you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.